On that note, ladies and germs, we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 91 of No Bucks Given, right here on the Horny Goat YouTube channel and the Horny Goat podcast network. Man, I can never do these fucking intros right. I've been working on some podcasting projects on the side, and I've been doing some voiceover testing, and fuck, I've just been fucking it up all goddamn day. So let's keep that gravy train rolling. It is episode 91 of No Bucks Given, right here on the Horny Goat YouTube channel and podcast network, wherever you guys are listening to us from. It's a channel or the show where we talk about anything going on in the world today. It is a special Thanksgiving edition because, of course, it is the last episode before we go into the Turkey Day here in the States. We got the usual crew with us. We got JP returning. Yep, there he is. JP, Heather, and Basement. Everyone feels like death, so this is going to be another fun one. So dumb question I'm going to ask for everybody here. How's everybody feeling today?
I feel like absolute fucking shit. So I'm taking a fucking COVID test. I have everything here. I'm going to have Heather help me.
Whoa, dude, you have to put your pants down for that one.
Here.
Good.
Do it.
No, I don't have to take my pants off at all. Why would
Well, it wouldn't hurt.
Why would I have to take my pants off?
JP with his pants down trying to do a COVID test. It's more like
War games.
It's yeah, I went to bed last night. I was starting to feel a little shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Heather's gonna get the rest of it ready. She's a little more steady-handed than I am. All right, I'm shoving this shit up my fucking nose.
All right. Well,
I hate this fucking part.
Truth be told, I've taken
Deeper.
I took it when
Deeper.
I took it when they originally did it, where you had to touch the fucking back of your brain. That sucks.
Yeah, I did that one too. That one was terrible.
This one's not as bad. This one is just more like what you smelling. But want to thank everybody for joining us live in the chat. We got AM, appreciate it, Alpha, Arzol, and Alpha and Jurgen in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much appreciated. Super chats are enabled if you guys do want to donate to the show. Of course, also Streamlabs is enabled. Links are down in the description if you want to do so. Of course, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that fun jazz. We had some fun stuff this week. We played a little Diablo over on Wednesday. We had Survivor Series, which had the best ending of all time.
It did not have the best
I'm
ending
not gonna
for your
let-
basement, but it did.
I'm
It
not-
did
I'm
have
not
It
gonna-
was the worst ending I've ever seen.
I'm not going to let that go. And we continue the Star Wars Roundtable with the Solo film, which had some surprising results. Like I said, I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. So
If you paid attention, I actually rated it lower than everybody else.
you did.
How dare you?
We were kind of in the same ballpark.
Everybody had it at a 6.5, 6.2. I had it at a 6.
I told you when I for me. Maybe I didn't articulate this enough, but for some reason during the Kessel run, when he's actually in the storm and shit, I'm like, man, this is kind of fucking fun. Not taking into consideration the story of the characters, but just disconnecting. This is gonna sound really bad for trying to pitch a movie, but if you shut your brain off, it's great.
Right.
Also, disconnecting it from everything that binds it to Star Wars actually makes the movie a bit better.
Yeah, that's infinitely a better description than what I just said.
Yeah.
Can't imagine why.
The one thing about this movie is there were no lightsabers in this movie, which
was weird, right?
Well, he had those little blades with light on them.
You have
I
something
get it. I get it
want.
though. I get it though. Well, everything they use for that stuff is kyber crystal driven. So it is what it is.
We got we got
that's in the lore, and that is in Clone Wars where they talk about the kyber crystals.
Alpha saying in the chat that he's also experiencing some he's getting over some sickness as well, which I know he's talking about in our Discord earlier. He says he's been on the better end. The stuff he's been getting over. Only problem is he's still there's still enough phlegm to where I can barely talk. That is the worst, man. I hate that crap.
Yeah, having that problem.
Heather had
that problem for a long time now.
Which is
Too much badness.
Actually, to be honest with you, Heather had that yesterday, early on in the day.
No,
she's a fucking trooper. She's a fucking trooper. She was sick yesterday as fuck. She was sicker than I was. She made me sick.
You know, you were so close to the finish line. You were so fucking close to the finish line.
And
Of,
No,
like,
I-
just
I-
ending
I-
with,
just
like,
gonna crash this
and
plane.
you just shat on the on the finish line. of a
Wendy,
compliment.
actually, I think Wendy made me sick. It's fine. She was cuddling. She was in,
Gotta
she
blame
was in a
someone.
cuddling mood the last couple of days.
I just love like she's a trooper. I mean, just
And then-
fantastic. And then like, but she made me sick. Like that's so close, so fucking close. Oh my
So the
God.
timer is on. We'll say 15 minutes from now. We'll check and see if I'm positive.
What's
for
the
sure.
over under? I'm gonna say he has COVID.
Yeah, I think you have it too. Listen, what was it like a month ago or like 3 weeks ago when I like randomly like, hey, HGGM not happening this week. I was literally like curled up in a blanket. I had fucking shakes. I was like doing my Michael J. Fox impression. It was bad,
Right.
and I was like, there's no way I'm sick. And the missus works in elderly care, so she's like, I have to test you. And I'm like, there's no way it's COVID. Like, it's COVID. I'm like, fuck. More so
She knows the signs.
So I don't have a loss of taste. Last time I had it, I did have a loss of taste, so I don't have a loss of taste now. So we'll see.
I was the only one that got it the second time around this time. Nobody else in the house got it. And
Well, the thing is, with the first time, I didn't lose my taste until after I was over being like really deathly sick.
so everyone, when we got it, when we first got it, everyone in the house got it, all four of us, and each one of us had a different symptom, which was fucking
Yeah,
weird
It was
to
the
me.
same here. He had the sinus and loss of taste. All I had was the fevers, and Wendy had the headache. And
She had
That
the
was it.
fever. She had it all though. She didn't lose taste, but she had the fever and the headache.
yeah,
She slept like all fucking day.
My daughter had like symptoms of like an ear infection. My son was just exhausted. The missus had the loss of taste and smell. That lasted a while, and I had the worst migraine I've ever had in my life. It's like someone like
Right.
decided to take like a red hot knife and just stick it right in the top of my head, like just like almost like something out of like a Jason movie.
I had a fever.
I just had the fevers and the shivers from
Was
the
it-
fevers.
Was it
that was
fever?
And I laid down. When I did it, I was in Boise, and I laid down at like
Oh,
we got
Boise.
done with our thing at like 4 o'clock because we were doing training that weekend for soldiers and families. And we got done at like 4 o'clock, and the place was. I just went back to my room. I jumped in the shower. I jumped into bed. I went to bed at 5 o'clock. Didn't get up till. I mean, I woke up intermittently throughout the night
Right.
to go to the bathroom, but then I got up
God.
at like 6 o'clock that morning. Yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Whenever I get that like really like sick, like the shakes thing, I always have the same thing of like, let's chug some NyQuil, wrap up myself in a blanket, sweat everything out of my body, and I should be good the next day. And I was half right, ish, but
Yeah.
enough fun COVID talk. Because that's fun. So Thanksgiving is literally Thursday for us here in the States. Basement, obviously not from the States. It's a little bit different. So I did pull up some fun little Thanksgiving trivia to kind of sprinkle in between. Because honestly, this show's going to be a little bit weird because we're going to talk a little bit of Thanksgiving stuff. We're going to probably some Thanksgiving memories and just fun stories like that. Fun little weird rumor about Pedro Pascal, and then a little bit of wrestling like stuff sprinkled in between because AEW Full Gear was last night. I did get glimpses of it. They signed my boy Ospreay, which I was kind of not really surprised that they did, but
We'll talk about it. I actually did college courses last night, so I watched
So you watched the main event.
the whole thing.
I wanted to see the death match because I was hearing a lot of Tim in the chat just said
I'll
screw
get into it. I will get the fuck into it.
Tim,
And
I love how you just said screw Canadian Thanksgiving, but you spelt Canadian wrong.
Typical American.
Well, that's how they say it, and that's how they spell it in Montreal, don't they?
Yeah, they don't spell anything right in Montreal.
I was about to say you
Yeah,
hate
exactly. There you go.
you hate Montreal with like a burning, almost like a burning passion.
Montreal.
On fire. All right, let's do some fun little Thanksgiving questions here. So, I'm not asking that one. That one's fucking dumb. Any guesses on when a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving debuted on TV? What year?
I think it was like 1960 something.
I'm gonna
'Cause I think I remember my mom saying she watched it as a kid.
go with 1962.
So you say 62?
I'm gonna go with the same. I really honestly think, and if you're giving points here, I'll give it to Basement, but I think it's 1962.
It is. Heather, any guesses?
It would have to be around 1962 to 1965 because my dad was born in 61 and he remembers it.
So, it was 1973.
Wow.
that's
I was 1 year
10 years
old.
away.
I
Yep.
was 1 year old.
Which makes sense if you're saying that like they remember it, because if they were like less than
We were
5.
about 10 years old when it came out, yeah.
Yeah. This is it. Let's see here.
Yeah.
She was 20. 19. Yeah.
According to Macy's, how many people attend? This is a okay.
According to Macy's, how many people attend the parade?
Wait. The way someone clearly didn't proofread this fucking article, because this is, I shit you not, how it's read in the fucking question. According to Macy's, how many people attend the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York each year?
You know how many articles I see with that shit in it? My God, it's so bad these days.
I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands.
Well, now
It's close to 1 million.
Now, obviously, that might have changed because of COVID and shit, because there was, in space.
What's the
and-
question?
Nobody was allowed to be outside.
According to Macy's, how many people attend the Macy's Day, Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York each year, roughly?
Oh,
It's
God.
close to 1 million.
I'd
Okay.
say it's probably over 1 million.
So, 1 million?
Hundreds of thousands. I don't know.
Because it's that whole strip all the way down to the Macy's
It's
Macy's
a long
store.
fucking route. It's a very long route.
Yeah.
You want to know the truth? I hate that fucking parade.
Why?
Let's go.
I hate it.
Why?
I hate parades. I
Yeah.
really do. I really don't like parades.
Wait, okay. Let me get the answer first. It's 3.5 mil,
Wow.
which is nuts. Okay,
The population's
so-
massive there.
well, it's fucking insane. So, okay, JP, let me ask this question then. You hate parades. Do you hate like parades like across the board? Because I can get like the frustration of like attending a parade, because sometimes those parades are not fucking worth it. I 1000% agree with you on that. But
Right,
like,
and that's my thing, and especially watching it on TV.
I'd rather
like,
do
I
it on
don't-
TV.
Huh?
I'd rather watch it on TV, like in the fucking background. Like I'm not like planting my ass down and be like, man, I gotta fucking watch that
I
fucking
love my
Snoopy float.
grandfather, but I love my grandfather, but he's like, this is the greatest thing on TV during Thanksgiving. I'm like, the fuck it is. Football is the greatest thing
Yeah.
on fucking TV.
Yeah, that's a bold statement. This is the greatest thing. Yeah, no, and
No,
I'm not even a football fan.
That's what he grew up with, though.
Right.
So it's
Nostalgia,
like,
baby.
whatever. I can't knock it because he loved parades. He took us to parades. I just was never really a fan. The only thing that I was big on parades with was the candy, and that was it.
I feel like it's good enough to experience once or twice, and then yeah.
I mean,
I lived in New York my whole life up until I was 32, and I never went to the New York Macy's Day Parade. Never.
I shouldn't say I hate parades, because some parades, like the Veterans Day Parade, they do that. The Memorial Day Parade is pretty cool because you see all the old 95, 100-year-old men still walking. It makes you look like a fucking clown. You know, they're marching down down the road at fucking
Yes,
80.
sir, I'm lazy fuck.
You know, but other than that, I'm not a huge fan of them. Because, I mean, that's just me.
I'll admit that like Boston has not as obviously a big as fucking Macy's Day, but like we obviously like Santa parades and shit like that, and fucking St. Patrick's Day. I've vented about that one here. They're the worst, especially more recently, because like just so many people and so much shit can go wrong. It's just I'd rather just fucking sit in. What's up, Aru Shin Chu? Joining us in the chat as well. Let's see. All right, let me do a couple more quickies and then we'll slide on over to a different subject. How many calories would you say are a typical holiday dinner?
It's 20, like, 3,000. It's in the 3,000 range.
Really?
Actually, according to Mythbusters, it's closer to 4,000. If I remember that.
Are we talking about like a single serving or the whole fucking thing?
The question does not specify, so I would assume. Well,
I mean, they're going with the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
would
it'd be the
assume-
whole thing.
The thing about Thanksgiving is people usually indulge.
Yeah.
oh,
But I don't know if
fucking-
that's why I said if it's a serving or if it's the entire.
I'm fasting the night before. Are you fucking kidding me? Because I'm gonna eat that entire
Yeah, I do
turkey.
too. I don't eat anything the night before. I mean, I might have a snack or something, but I don't. But then again, I don't. Thanksgiving, I eat maybe some turkey, some potatoes, corn. I don't get I used to get into Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is actually my favorite holiday. and it's just because of the smells. I love the smell of food.
Yeah, I'm right there.
And ever since I quit smoking, I can smell food better than I ever have before. So it's
stronger than before. Then you hope you don't have COVID. Then
Yeah, I was about to say, do you have COVID? Because you're gonna lose that.
You're kicking the
I am
dick.
negative. I just have a really nasty cold.
No, the 2 lines means yes.
Yeah, it's only
You're pregnant.
I was about to say he accidentally took a pregnancy test.
Oh my God, you're right.
Fucking great.
No, I'm negative.
Your nose is pregnant. Holy shit. JP hit it on the nose. Approximately 3,000 calories. So that's got to be the whole thing.
No, that's just
No, the whole thing. Everything on the table, you're looking closer to 10,000 calories.
Oh,
Well, I guess it depends on the size of the family.
That's a lot of calories, Heather.
For a full turkey dinner, man.
With all the desserts as well.
Yeah.
With the desserts, I mean, you're probably I don't think anybody could eat 10,000 calories.
No, I'm not saying
strongmen
one
do.
thing, I'm saying the whole spread.
If you're but how much is the question specified?
No, it does
No.
not.
No, that's
Consume?
bad.
Well,
I could probably agree with 10,000 calories worth of food on the table.
What also?
I could,
Yeah. Okay. So
I could agree with that, but I know what my grandma's when she did Thanksgiving because she.
Well, you had to feed like 1,000 fucking
We did.
people.
So it was like there's like blueberry pie, blackberry pie, apple pie, pumpkin pie, fucking
Tang pie.
pecan pie, fucking all the pies, and then there was potatoes, turkey, gravy, which she made from scratch. She used lard all the fucking time.
Candied yams.
Candied yams. I fucking cannot stand yams.
yeah, I don't
I
like them
did,
either.
but I haven't tried. So I don't think it's a smell.
Aru, and thank you for pointing that out, Aru. Super chats might not be enabled right now because I think we're still working on finalizing some AdSense BS. So Streamlabs is still up if you guys want to use the Streamlabs link. I'll throw it out there later if you want to. Totally optional. But I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes more sense. Okay, so basement Thanksgiving for you guys up in the.
That's the same.
Okay, cool. Moving on.
What is the origin behind Thanksgiving in Canada?
That's pretty much the same, just Canadian.
They just said sorry when they took the corn after they shot him.
Yeah.
So
It's more like what it's morphed into is like family time.
Yeah.
That's what it's morphed into, right? And I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking about like the heritage, Canadian heritage, and now it's kind of formed into the native heritage a lot more. Since
I had to Google it.
news.
So for us, if I remember right, before you go into it, Thanksgiving was the Pilgrims giving thanks to the Indians
For teaching them
for
how to
teaching
farm.
them how to farm, and that is how Thanksgiving became a thing.
I mean, that's yes. Correct.
See, I pay
That's
attention.
what
to
we're
history.
taught in school, but I don't think that's how it went.
Well, how it went is they
It's
had
pretty bloody.
Thanksgiving, and then they shot them all and gave them fucking the plague and shit. And
Yeah, they give him smallpox blankets.
So
Yep.
I have an article here. It says 6 ways Canadian Thanksgiving differs from the U.S. So we have. I almost said
It happens in Canada,
I was about to
number
say,
one.
I was going to say, I'm almost going to fact check you basement. It's like, what the fuck am I talking about? Canadian honors a different Thanksgiving. There's a lot of debate around the first true Thanksgiving. While some historians believe it happened in Plymouth in the U.S., others say it occurred in Nuvant. I hope I'm saying that right. Nuvanut. That's a fun. The first
None of it?
None of it?
That's what it's called.
Is that
I'll have
really-
none of it. Yep.
God, it rates itself. The first Thanksgiving is said to have happened in 1578 when Sir Martin Frobisher, oh man, these names, sailed from England to Newfoundland, Canada. Wow, Canada. He celebrated it with his crew over salt beef, mushy peas, and biscuits, giving thanks for their safe passage across the ocean because it's not the fucking food. Meanwhile, the first U.S. Thanksgiving feast doesn't happen until 43 years later when the Pilgrims arrived in Plymouth in 1621 and gave thanks to
We did it first.
and then gave thanks to the Wampanoag tribe and a bountiful harvest. Whatever side of the debate or border you sit on, the day is still about the gratitude and giving thanks in both countries.
Yep.
Yep. So
Yeah, it's essentially
It
the
is.
same. And
It's about
the
family and giving thanks for what you have. That's what it become with our family.
Canadian
So-
Thanksgiving is held in October on a Monday.
It's held on, isn't it held on Columbus Day?
yeah, I think so.
It says here the date is moved
It's
around
a
a few
shared
times.
holiday.
Oh my god, Indigenous Day?
Oh yeah, that is. Wait, what? We
And-
have a new holiday. Truth and Reconciliation.
Wait,
Say
what?
that 12 times.
Is that really a thing?
Yeah, it's a brand new. Well, I don't think it's like a brand new that holiday. It used to be a holiday that like nobody celebrated, but ever since they found a lot of dead kids, they're like, "Let's celebrate that."
Supposedly, they only found their shoes.
Point number 3, it says it's not as big a deal as the U.S. Thanksgiving. The Canadian Thanksgiving is a lot more chilled out than the U.S. Thanksgiving. While some families celebrate with a big dinner, it's not that important for others. While most of the country gets that Monday off, in some parts of the country, like Atlantic Canada, I don't know why that fucking phrase really strikes me as weird. It's like Diet Sprite. It's fucking bizarre to me. It's an optional holiday, so not all businesses close for the day. In Quebec, Thanksgiving is called Action de Grâce, but
Of course it is.
but
Fucking French Canada.
many Quebecers don't celebrate at all. Meanwhile, Americans get Friday and Monday off over the Thanksgiving weekend.
I love that for basement, of course
Fucking
it is.
great. The food is a little bit different. Thanksgiving food is similar across Canada and the U.S. with just a few small regional differences. Instead of turkey, Canadians might serve ham and tortillere. I hope I'm saying that right. A pastry pie
Probably
filled.
not. I don't know what the fuck that is.
A pastry pie filled with potatoes. Now that sounds intriguing to me. The Irish me just fucking perked up.
Right.
and
Woke
Probably-
up, yeah.
got a half
Probably a
chub.
French thing.
Well,
It's
considering the
shepherd's
name, yeah. People from Newfoundland like to enjoy a traditional jigs dinner. That I don't like saying that word. Corned beef, root vegetables, and peas pudding all boiled together. That sounds like a French thing. Jesus Christ! For dessert, Ontarian locals usually go for butter tarts, while people in the Canadian prairie love their apple pie instead of pumpkin pie. And if you are serving pumpkin pie in Canada, it's likely made with more nutmeg, ginger, cloves, and cinnamon than the U.S. version. As for stuffing, Canadians use rice and breadcrumbs. Rice, that's a weird one. You also,
Rice. What the
yeah,
fuck?
that's a weird one. You also probably won't find as much cornbread or sweet potatoes and marshmallows here. My mom
This is why Canada sucks.
Well, Canada doesn't suck. I
the
mean,
French half does.
Yes.
What'd you say?
I said the French
What did
half.
you
You heard me.
I don't think Canada sucks. Actually, it's one place that I would love to visit up in the woodlands.
It's like don't.
I mean, it's only a few hours drive north from
It
here.
is. It is. But
That's interesting. Some of the stuff. My mom used to make a.
It's so generalized though, because it's not like I don't know, half the things they were saying that we do where I live. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously it's,
It's,
a
all,
generalized.
it's definitely all set for the French Quarter.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Fucking weird shit.
so I'm
Was there ever for any of you guys? Was there ever a side dish? Well, first off, Basement, you guys did turkey, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that makes it easy.
we've done ham though as well.
We've done ham. Usually, ham's like an Easter thing.
that's usually a Christmas thing here.
Yeah.
In the
So is it
Midwest,
It's like interchangeable
Well,
for us.
Heather, was
Yeah.
when you were up in New York, was ham Christmas or was it Easter?
Both.
both.
Okay, I was just
Well, I
curious,
will say it's both here.
well, I was just curious if it was like a New England thing because like I don't see people usually eating ham on Christmas around here anymore. Usually it's like
The only problem I have with Easter, I know what it's for. I know what it
where the
means.
fuck do the eggs come
I
from?
know how to get the rabbits
How
and
many-
like chocolate eggs.
I just have one question. How many times did Jesus die? Think
So
about
many.
it.
Well, he still holds the record for respawn time.
Mhm.
3 days.
Yep.
No, but it's
Now I'm with Robin Williams. How did we go from Jesus dying and resurrecting to bunnies and chocolate eggs?
So I actually have an
there's
answer
a
to that.
story behind it. There
Yeah.
is a story behind it. There is a reason behind it. But we'll get into that when it's Easter time. But Thanksgiving, the turkey actually wasn't a thing until Abraham Lincoln made it a holiday, and he
It was just-
pardoned a turkey.
Yeah, back then it was usually a goose because they were less expensive.
Yes. So Christmas to me, I've never had goose before, and it is something that I want to try.
No, thank you.
It's all
No,
right.
it's not.
It's
not
it's
for
all
me.
right. It's not
It's To me, it would be too familiar to duck. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Duck.
too
Yeah,
greasy or
duck,
oily.
duck.
Yeah.
We actually tried duck, and I'm gonna tell you,
It stinks when you're
No.
fucking
Then
cooking
don't-
it, and it's way too greasy.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
Then you're not missing anything with geese or goose. I'm
It's
just
the same. It's
yeah,
the grease nasty.
you're really not. I'm gonna throw this out to you guys though. Did you guys ever have like a one-off side dish or a weird side dish that was ever made at either your Thanksgiving at home or with your immediate family, or a place you've been to for Thanksgiving dinner where you're like either like that's fucking weird, that's disgusting, or oh my god, I love this?
So the one thing that my grandmother used to make, and I've made it here, is Jello salad.
Oh yeah, it's the Midwest
Okay.
staple.
So it's cottage cheese with Jello mixed,
And
then
fruit.
and then whipped cream.
I'm already
It's
out.
so good. It's so fucking good. I fucking can
okay.
eat 'em.
You know what's
entire-
funny? You describe it, and then I googled it, and actually, it does look delicious.
It is. I love cottage cheese though. It's a Midwestern thing. She doesn't like cottage cheese. Wendy
I don't
doesn't
like Jello.
Really?
Yes.
You're gonna have a slow, painful death
Ever since they
because
recalled it with all the Quaaludes.
You're gonna
Because-
have a slow, painful death.
well, because at some point you're gonna do nothing but eat Jello.
Jello makes chocolate pudding. I'll be good with that.
But okay.
Or just,
Or the
die.
vanilla pudding.
So that's what my mom. Well, so my mom makes an actual version of Jello salad.
Yeah.
It's a fluff. It doesn't have the cottage cheese in it.
She uses marshmallow. Fluff.
She uses marshmallow fluff.
Now that sounds up my alley because that's fluff's obviously is made up here. So
That's the one thing that is not a traditional
all right.
Unless it's Midwest.
unless it's in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anything for you, Basement Heather? Any particular like favorite dishes or side or just in general too? Like
Nothing that like stands out as weird or peculiar. Like it's the standard
isn't-
fucking fare.
mine isn't weird, but like my mom sometimes would occasionally make potato stuffing, and holy fucking shit, it was the best. And I actually might beg her to make it again this year. It's essentially like scalloped potatoes with stuffing mixed with it.
Actually, my dad would make a rye bread stuffing
Ooh.
every once in a while when he got a wild hair up his ass.
The one thing I hated was my grandmother on my dad's mom made actual stuffing from the innards of the turkey.
Yeah, that's what my dad did too.
Nope, not happening.
Yeah, I've had that too.
Not fucking happening. I ate.
I don't really like the organ meat much,
I
but-
ate a liver, a chicken liver or a turkey liver once, and I tell you what, ooh,
It's not terrible, but
Well, I will actually.
3 out of 10.
the texture is just so off-putting.
yeah, it is a weird texture.
There is one dish that I fucking. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. We got to hear what this is now. If this is making you gag like this, come on.
Every year, my aunt fucking sat there and made turkey neck soup.
Oh,
Just the name alone is horrible.
And yes,
Turkey,
you
I like
use
turkey
the
neck.
actual neck bones of the turkey for the broth.
I was about to say, how do you fucking make a soup out of that?
There's
Use
such.
the- you reduce the bone, so that's what broth is made out of, is the
Yeah.
bone marrow.
Bone broth.
Plenty of things in my
Yeah.
life that's reduced the bone.
If you use any like the neck meat is nothing.
Yeah, but she would
Yeah, that's why I'm like
she would
confused.
make that soup every year, and of course she has no taste of her own. It would always end up with too much pepper in it.
No such
No
thing. There's
shit.
too much pepper.
Because you'd have to fucking mask it. What is a couple little fast questions and we'll switch off. What is an adult male turkey called?
What? I thought they were all called turkeys.
Nope.
Nope, it's called a gobbler.
Nope.
Really?
They call
Isn't it Tom turkey?
I
Yeah,
call
Tom.
you JP.
Called a tom.
Fucking beat me to it.
No, it's called a tom. It is called a tom.
Yes, JP is
Yes.
correct. It's called a tom. Do you know what a female turkey is called?
Turkey.
Yes. To JP. Hen.
I thought he said Biden.
Biden looks like a fucking turkey.
With his fucking weak ass chin now, yeah.
Oh, we gotta go gobble gobble.
He's the gobbler.
All right, last little. That's that. Yeah, the more gobbler. Last little fun one. Has there ever been a hurricane on Thanksgiving Day?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. Can you give the specifics?
Nope.
Okay, no.
Just gonna go
It was Hurricane
It's like 50-50 shot.
Hazel.
So through November, hurricanes are rare, but Hurricane Otto hit Central America on Thanksgiving Day in 2016 and is the strongest hurricane on record so late in the season.
Well, fuck Central America.
Yeah, there's.
I'm kidding. I can't.
It's
If there's
fucking
people
near
from
right near Central America.
Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. Central America is very beautiful.
Where it's at.
It's very beautiful. But there are some issues down there, of course, like Costa Rica and Honduras and Nicaragua. Of course, there's Panama. But
I was gonna say Panama
come
Canal.
on, man. I mean, if it wasn't so war torn, it'd be a beautiful place to go visit. That's all I'm saying. I've heard stories. I've never been there.
Sorry.
The unit that I was assigned to, they used to go on missions down there for 6 months on orders, and they would like build roads and buildings for them. So that everybody, we are building shit for other people, but yet our infrastructure sucks.
Yeah.
Because we're building for other fucking people. I mean, you really want to save money? You want the government to really save money?
Let them figure it
Let
out.
the army build
Let
everything.
the army build your shit. They have fucking, I'm telling you right now, they have carpenters, they have fucking plumbers, they have fucking electricians, they have every fucking
They have engineers too.
They have engineers. Any handyman job you fucking need,
Army's
Army
got it.
has it. Every branch of service has it. Why they fucking feel like they need to
Build elsewhere.
Yeah, well, no. Why they need to hire fucking... You want to get rid of big corporations? That's how you fucking do it. Have the army fucking do it for you. Because they get paid to do it.
Well, it's just another big corporation.
Yeah, but then the money fucking goes back into the fucking government. That's all I'm saying. And everybody's talking about fucking... So, this is my rant for the week. I know they extended the government for another 4 months? Right?
Yeah, January.
Through February. No, through February. So February 19th.
So
They've extended the shutdown, so I will make it through Christmas, which I am quite glad for. That's one. I had anxiety over that over the last couple of weeks because of the.
Can't say I blame you.
I mean, if the government shuts down, I have no income. There's no income coming into the house. But I am glad that they extended it. Now they really need, and I don't like Texas as a state. I've been there, so I can say that.
Okay.
But I will tell you right now, if I had the congressman that they have down there that takes care of the capital city, his name is Chip Roy, I'd vote for him for president like in a fucking heartbeat. I would vote for him in a fucking heartbeat. Because he gives a shit. He's always talking about his constituents. His constituents. The people he has to answer to. See, this is what congressmen don't fucking understand. They just want to have all of the power, but don't realize that they are only
in power because of people's votes.
Of the people who vote for them. Not everybody votes for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Sorry,
Not everybody votes for Rashida Tlaib. Only her constituents vote for her.
This is not a knock on you, JP. I swear to God, this is more me. I blacked out. How the fuck did we end up in this part of the conversation again?
We were talking about just government funding, and you want to save money. Have the army build your shit for you.
Oh, the infrastructure, because we were making fun of Biden and shit. Okay, yeah. I was like, okay, Jesus. I'm like, how the fuck do we get this?
Start off with turkey neck soup.
The whole thing is you care about your constituents. Our congressman, I emailed my congressman, and I emailed him the day before the government shut down. And I said, please, fight as hard as you can. Do what you can. And he personally emailed me back and said, thank you for your support. I am doing everything I can. And then they had fucking Matt Gaetz decided to fucking ouster Kevin McCarthy
for a fucking speaker. It's like, dude, let's could have fucking waited until everything was done.
Yeah, I could have waited until everything was done, but no, this motherfucker decides to think that he's the big shit. In fact, I would have said, I tweeted that motherfucker and said, you think you're so fucking smart, you fucking run for House Speaker.
On a completely unrelated note, JP's OnlyFans will be opening up after Thanksgiving, so if you guys want the link, help support the channel.
Get another meeting.
that's
I
Turkey
can't,
next
I
soon.
Rant.
can't
That's
guarantee
just
what the
rant.
content's going to be because I have no idea.
So the only other thing that I
be
will
him and one fan.
the only other thing that I will say is let's fund Israel. Let's fund Ukraine because they do need the help. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now with Ukraine, it's a lost cause, but it shows we give a shit.
Okay.
I don't mind funding them.
You could just let Trudeau
Wow.
continue sucking Zelensky's dick and just be done with it.
I'm imagining buying Christmas presents. He's a lost cause, but I don't give a shit. Here's some money.
I mean,
If your sentences were flipped, if the
Uh-huh.
subject and the subject and the predicate were just flipped, I think you'd be fine.
I think they do. We do need to help Ukraine. I don't think we need to get
Do
involved in
we?
it.
I heard through the grapevine it's a lost cause.
Yeah,
It is.
someone said it was lost cause.
I'm talking about giving them humanitarian aid.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I'm not talking
Form of
about
tanks.
So anyway,
I
Canadian
mean-
Thanksgiving.
That's what Canada did. We gave them a bunch of tanks. Probably didn't
I know
work.
they did. But
So-
anyway, that's all I have. That's all I have. That's
All right, to
Wait,
somehow
wrestling,
segue
or-
to somehow segue off of this. I don't know how much we're gonna be able to talk about this much in terms of like an actual subject, but there's rumors that everyone's
Yes.
favorite Pedro Pascal is, and we talked about this I think a little bit. What on was it HEGM that Pedro is
Yeah.
is rumored to be or rumored casting to be Mr. Fantastic in the upcoming MCU version of the Fantastic Four, which I don't even know fucking when that's even happening at this point. I've said this before. I like him as an actor, honest to God. I don't think this is the right choice for that role.
I've also heard that he is not going to be the man in the Mandalorian next season.
Which it would make sense for him to be doing
Which is
a
fine.
Marvel movie.
Also
Well,
in
he's-
Gladiator too.
I'm just saying.
He's in everything, man. I can't. It's too much. And I think honestly, and I think I said this the other night. It's like they're trying to get like one of the most popular actors because their movies keep tanking, and they can't. They have to like stack the deck
Mm-hmm.
with popular actors and hopefully a script that's not terrible. But I don't like the casting.
Right? I don't know. I know of the character. I've seen the other Fantastic Fours. I don't personally give a shit.
He's got to be like a highly intelligent scientist type. Look at him. Look at him. It just
Look at him. Look at him.
it does it. I like. Yeah, he pulled off Joel, but I don't know. I can't. It's just. I don't think he's going to be able to pull off this character
I'm
type.
in the same boat as you. I mean, and granted, this is just. I think it's partially fantasy casting. I don't know how strong that rumor is, or how like accurate that rumor is as far as him taking, being casted for it. I don't see him being able to pull the role off. It's again nothing against him. I like him generally speaking, but as far as this particular role being a relatively skinny, super egotistical nerd, I can't. Nope,
I-
can't see it.
It's the scientist nerd part that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's never going to happen.
correct. Yeah,
I personally am with Basement here. He's in too much shit.
That's also true.
I personally think he should be in very little things, which makes it that much bigger. It's like I liken it to Roman Reigns. The less Roman Reigns is on TV, the better the story gets.
He's getting
Because
like projects
We
that are
still
good. It's just-
refer to him, if that makes sense. But go ahead.
it's like striking while the iron's hot with him in terms of his career, but like, holy fucking Christ, man! It's like I'm gonna turn around and he's gonna be fucking. I'm gonna look in the mirror. I'm gonna see Pedro Pascal with a wig on.
Right.
I'm turning into him too. It's just he's everywhere. Can't stand it.
That's me personally. I do like him as an actor. But
But it's again like the role doesn't work. It's a stretch. It's a stretch to get him in that role.
Ah, you son of a bitch. You get one.
It doesn't work.
You get one. That's really all there is on that one. So I see Heather's already halfway out of this fucking conversation.
Who would you cast as fucking any of the other people?
I think
Definitely not fucking Jessica Alba again. She was fucking terrible.
Bring her back.
Was it you that said Basement? That you like the guy who did the first one?
What guy who did the first one?
The first Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I thought he was fine.
The one that Chris Evans was Human Torch, and then he had the other. Yeah, I thought he was perfect.
That's not the casting. I mean, Jessica Alba was there just simply so that she could go invisible and lose her clothes.
Tits.
Yeah, be naked on screen. Yeah,
that's basically it. But so was Chris Evans.
Chris Evans,
Sure.
I mean, yeah, but I actually didn't mind him as the Human Torch. It was kind of funny to see him like, oh yeah, it is Cap, huh? Okay. I hope they poke fun.
He was the Human Torch before he was Captain America.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and I hope they.
He was a Human Torch in 2 movies.
I hope they poke fun of that in Secret Wars. I really do.
God, yeah.
That'd be,
Especially
Yeah,
if they actually do bring him back along with Robert Downey Jr.
I think I'm more okay with bringing him back, Captain America, than Robert Downey Jr. I don't want to see it back.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. He was incinerated in Endgame.
If you would just kill that moment by even putting him on screen again.
I was about to say what Basement just said. Basically, like, it's Cap's finality, or Steve Rogers' finality leaves the door more open, or it's more, in my opinion anyway, there's more opportunity where you can like reopen the door and have him come back for like a guest appearance versus Iron Man. Not even the fact that he was dead, but like that was like the closing finality of his character growth. Like, you do anything more with that, it's a little bit overkill. No pun intended.
Bring him back just so he can die again immediately. Thanos kills him again.
It's the Doctor Strange ending all over again, where fucking Dormammu just kills him over. By the way, I watched that recently and I fucking died laughing again. I'm like, this is actually really funny shit.
Oh, the Dormammu?
Yeah, just he's dying, dying. Ah, so good. Yeah, that's right.
And if only, like I still wish we had those type of movies. Even though like it wasn't like amazing, it's better than.
Well, just because they were more spread out. They weren't fucking one right on top of another.
Well, it's like a good point to what the video that you sent, Connor. It's like, explaining why it's too much now, or why it's failing now.
Yeah, I think he hit the nail on the head. And yes, I do know he was acting smug in that video. I actually like Matt Pat and his stuff, but he was trying to make a comparison point to get people to understand, like, well, if you can in terms of like, if you do this is why this doesn't work.
And it's like, and we did everything right. Like, yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same at all.
I would say if you know his history, he fucking, there's a couple of crash and burn moments in his channel's history, but that's another story for another time. But I think that the overall message in terms of what he was saying about the overall structure, 1000% agree with him, and we've all been saying it. In fact, there's only one Marvel movie coming out next year, which I'm fine with. Let shit breathe, which is Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
And there's even,
and that'll probably be like an uptick for them in terms of, even if it's not the greatest movie, even if it's the worst Deadpool, it'll still be an uptick for them.
It's gonna be crammed with meta jokes, which we're kind of expecting, which is fine, and that's all it is. Give the studio a chance to fucking breathe a little bit. But anywho, what also happened this weekend was a pay-per-view. AEW Full Gear took place on Saturday. I did not watch it. I heard through the grapevine some of the stuff that happened. I do need to go off on a quick tangent here, because I did hear about one thing that I heard about that I'm like, what the fuck? So this is actually a couple weeks ago. AEW announced the Continental Classic. So I make the joke of they couldn't have some of their stars be part of the G1, so they're bringing the G1 to AEW. So it's a tournament where they're crowning, brace yourself, another championship, and it's going to be called the Continental Championship. I'm like, okay. Par the course of fucking AEW, another title that's not going to mean anything, whatever. Okay, that's not the part that pisses me off the most. The part that pisses me off the most is that Eddie Kingston, who is the Ring of Honor World Champion, and I believe hold on, what's the other champion he is? I know he's a Japanese, hold on one second. I need to look up here so I can make sure I get... Let's see. He is the
Ring of Honor champion, and he's also
strong. Hold on.
He's a New Japan Strong champion.
That's what it was. Is that what he is now?
Yes.
Strong open weight champion.
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Anyway.
But here's the kicker. So fine, AEW makes a new tournament, new champion, whatever. Par of the course. Fucking, there's a tournament every fucking 3 months. Kingston then announces that he's not only going to be in the tournament, but every match that he is in, he is putting both of his titles on the line. Which means that the winner of which means that the winner of the tournament will be the Ring of Honor World Champion, the strong openweight champion, and the AEW Continental Champion.
Oh.
I'm like, I wanted to blow my brains out.
Like, why? Like,
It's that like one-upmanship that like plagued that promotion for a long time. And it's
So-
like, yeah, we're gonna do a
What
hardcore
upmanship?
match with
That isn't even-
explosives.
that isn't even one-upsmanship. That's just fucking stupid.
It's shooting
But
themselves in the
it's-
foot.
Well, it's trying to make something bigger, but making it worse.
But no,
in
you
some way.
fucked yourself so hard with that role, right? And I'm not saying that this is necessarily Eddie Kingston's fault. I don't know if this is his idea. I don't know who the fuck's idea it was. I don't know if it's Tony Khan's or what the fuck it is. But at the end of the day, Tony Khan signed off on it. But the problem with that is that is a fucking no-win situation by doing that. Because what you do now is either A, Kingston's going all the way to the finals, right? In which case that spoils every single match he's pretty much in.
Correct.
Or B, the titles are going to go fucking do-si-doing, flopping around, which, like, okay, fine, the New Japan strong championship, whatever, but your Ring of Honor world title, when you're trying to get some legs out underneath it, it's like you're fucking killing any sort of momentum that belt has. And then even on top of that, you're undermining having a tournament for essentially 3 fucking championships. You're going to undermine something. One of those titles is going to suffer, and take a fucking guess which one is going to be the one that's going to be talked about the most. It's like you're fucked no matter what you do. It's like, roll your eyes at the idea of them introducing a new championship in a tournament, fine, but like fucking 3 that's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's Tony Khan trying to... He's fantasy booking.
This isn't
That's what
even,
he's doing.
a title.
No,
you-
Stupid.
I get
It's
what you're
fucking
saying.
retarded.
That is literally what he is fucking doing. He is not running a show. He is literally fantasy booking on TBS and
it's
TNT.
horrible,
That's
though.
all he is doing.
I try not. I try not to criticize booking decisions too much.
Well,
but
This
fucking
full gear,
hell.
this full gear, yeah.
But
Every fucking decision they made was retarded.
Well,
But
even the
go ahead.
decision to put the title on MJF and then push him down to like shit status in the card for
it's not,
months.
it's not even that, man. What happened at Full Gear was a fucking confusing
It
clusterfuck.
was a farce. It was a fucking farce. So I'm the first match of the night was MJF had to defend the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. Samoa Joe ended up being his partner, right?
Yep, because Cole's out.
Well, they ended up winning. Right?
Oh,
And then
real quick, before you just go on to this, I want to just make, for clarity's sake, Adam Cole is out with a legitimate broken ankle. It's not a kayfabe
got you.
injury. It is 100% legitimate. Go ahead.
I got you.
Yep.
So after the match, the Young Guns, who are now part of this Golden Bullet Club with Jay White and Juice Robinson, beat the fuck out of. I mean, like they pretty much broke his leg, MJF's leg, essentially. He had to wrestle a match later that night. He had to wrestle Jay White for the world title, the AEW World Championship, right?
Yep.
Adam Cole came out at this time and he won, and then he couldn't do anything because he has a legitimate broken ankle, right? So he couldn't get in the fucking ring, and so he went back. They did the whole spot where they put him in the fucking ambulance and they took MJF to the fucking hospital, and they showed Adam Cole the whole fucking time.
So
Like,
stupid.
what the fuck am I gonna do? And he kept saying, "What the fuck am I gonna do? What the fuck am I gonna do?" So apparently he went to fucking Tony Khan and said, if MJF can't defend the title, I'll do it for him. How in the fuck can you go from a guy that is not cleared to compete to a guy that is going to defend the world title who can't compete, but now MJF has an injury to his leg because he sold it as such, and he did do a good job of selling his injury. I will give him that throughout the whole fucking match. And then so keep that in mind. They're having a match later on. If MJF can't come back, Adam Cole will defend the title for MJF.
God.
And then they proceeded with the show.
So I can sympathize, and I can sort of wrap my head around a little bit of a complicated ending or a complication with the pay-per-view like match or whatever have you. Kind of like what they did with No Mercy when fucking Cena got injured, and they did like the Orton won the title, then Triple H won the title, then Orton won the title on the same night. I can kind of buy that a little bit for the sake of just like the calamity of trying to like make the best out of a shitty situation. I don't legitimately understand why the fuck they decided to do this. There was no payoff with it whatsoever.
I can tell you why. Because they're trying to make MJF a babyface, a big time babyface.
But it's just okay. But there's other ways they could have got. Okay, so if you knew if I'm just saying this as a booker or promoter or writer, whatever the fuck. If you knew that your objective was, let's get some sympathy heat on MJF where he's trying to make his way back, he's not sure if he's going to be cleared to compete or not tonight, fine. I can, as cliche and cheesy as it is, fine. I can buy that. What I can't buy is the idea that Adam Cole, who again has a legitimate injury, is going to defend the title on MJF's behalf. This goes back to the whole interim championship bullshit that I fucking hated when they pulled that shit a couple of years ago of like, so-and-so's injured, so the other person's going to have a title, but there'll be two titles. It's like, fuck right off. This is so fucking confusing.
Why not just do it if he doesn't compete, he gets stripped of the belt?
Ta-da!
It's essentially the same storyline, but it eliminates the stupidity of being like, no, we're going to throw the guy with a broken ankle into the fucking match.
But you could have done it so simple where like he gets the injury in the match, in the tag team match, like that it happened, and then you sprinkle it out through the evening of it's up in the air whether or not he's going to be cleared to compete.
They did make mention of that, whether or not MJF was going to be back in time.
The idea of someone just being like, I'll defend it. I'm not the champion, but I'll defend it.
That's what?
It's stupid. It's stupid. God. So they moved on with the show. I was watching the Badgers at the time. I was watching football at the same time. And I can honestly tell you, I just wanted to see what they did in the fight. And she watched the main event with me. So let's keep in mind. So I don't know who won the tag team titles. I know Kenny Omega beat fucking and Chris Jericho beat the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are taking some time away from TV. Tony Storm and that god-awful fucking goddamn fucking gimmick they got her in is so bad. It's so fucking bad.
The current champions, by the way, are Ricky Starks and Big Bill, which is the former.
There you go.
Cast. They're still the champions.
Yep, they won by shenanigans. Like every fucking match in AEW is shenanigans. Even if there's not supposed to be shenanigans, there's shenanigans in AEW. It's so stupid.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
But the Orange Cassidy beat Jon Moxley, and of course Jon Moxley bled.
I feel like he sneezes and bleeds.
I mean,
pretty much.
Yeah.
But then they get to the main event, and I swear to fucking Christ. So Jay White is challenging. And he stole the belt, right? So he's now challenging for the world title. MJF has a bum leg, can't wrestle. Jay White hasn't wrestled but maybe 5 minutes in like 2 months, right? Like he's fresh as fuck, right? Uh-huh. He loses to MJF, clean, in the middle of the fucking ring.
Good.
What the fuck? You have just buried
Jay White.
Jay White.
Who is possibly the biggest name to come into that company that's
I wouldn't say it's Jay. Truth be told, I don't think it's Jay White who's buried. I think it's more the fucking. Honestly, I think it's MJF in the championship.
That championship is a fucking lost cause. It sucks. There is no
Prestige.
prestige.
They created a
to
world
it.
championship and then just focused on the fucking people that helped create the company.
Well,
Like,
that's the thing.
that's
They
what
put it on it. They put it on an MJF who is homegrown talent, and it
Well-
would have been great if they kept it with that and kept that thing going.
I wouldn't call
But-
it homegrown talent, but I get you. I
But-
get what you're saying.
Shush. But at the end of the day, they spent more time focusing on MJF and Adam Cole as a tag team and tag team champions than they did on MJF as the world champion.
So they're also telling this story of the devil. Who's in the devil's mask? I can tell you who's in the devil's mask. If you don't know who's in the devil's mask, it's going to be Adam Cole. Adam Cole is going to be in the devil's mask. He's going to turn on MJF. And if anybody thinks that, oh my God, that's horrible storytelling. Well, what the fuck did you think was going to fucking happen? Where do you want them to go with this storyline?
So even that aside, and again, I do not watch regularly or religiously as I used to in terms of this product, but just from what I understand and have observed and listened to and watched, the concern is that the championship should always be the prime focal point of the world champion, right? Everything should revolve around that belt. Now, there are stories and rivalries, stop me if you heard this before, that are supposed to heighten the drama that ultimately lead to that match or whatever the fuck it is, the stipulation, whatever. That's how it should be done. It's one of the biggest irks that we've all said about WWE, and it's one of the primary reasons that we take out our creative frustrations, cheap plug, with HGGM mode, because it's a way we can kind of like exert all that frustration out there. What I've seen, more specifically in the last like 5 to 6 months with MJF as champion, is that is not the fucking case. That the storylines are more important than the world title. And that
He was involved in a fucking storyline where Roddy Strong like is so fucking bad. You have to watch, just watch the fucking interaction. Like MJF looks like he doesn't even fucking want to be there right now.
I mean,
and if MJF is happy being there, he needs to get hit in the face, like really fucking hard with a fucking frying pan. Because what they are doing with him is making him look like a complete fucking idiot right now.
Sorry, go ahead, Basement.
They're trying to do a storyline that, in all honesty, doesn't need the belt to be part of it. It's a tag team that's eventually going to implode.
Right.
The thing that's going to be remembered about that whole bit is them imploding, not who had what belt at what time. It does not need a title attached to it. This is the type of storyline you run in tandem with your main title, so that you have two basically main event matches, but one is for a championship and one's not. You don't combine the two and then have some weird random fucking almost like 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 Extreme Rules barn brawl match at the end of the night.
This would be a perfect storyline if they were tag team champions together, or if it was about the tag team titles. I could very easily see this being interjected in that, but even then, it's still the same problem. Like Basement said, it's like the story doesn't need the championships, which is not the way any major championship rivalry should be booked. The focus should always be like, we're getting to this point. And it gets so fucking stupid and convoluted. And just in particular, that really infuriated me when I read about the results. I'm like, what? Like, what's the fucking payoff here?
But that wasn't even the match that everybody was fucking talking about.
Right. It was the Texas Death Match between...
which was fucking god-awful, fucking terrible, stupid. Who in the fuck is gonna lay underneath somebody while they're fucking bleeding and drink their fucking blood?
Dracula.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? They literally went next level garbage with this shit. They did. I don't understand. Anybody that thinks this is good fucking booking is a fucking idiot. And they didn't make a star out of Swerve. I'm telling you right now, Swerve is never, ever going to beat fucking Adam Page. It's all about Adam Page and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Anybody that says any fucking different is a fucking idiot. Because you watch that match, Swerve didn't even fucking... And the entrance! The entrance! Like, what the fuck was that? Are they trying to show off that Nana can synchronize fucking dance or what? I don't fucking get it. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
So
They're trying to be WWE, but let's be smart. Let's actually call it a professional wrestling. It's not. They're sports entertainment and just trying to make it something it's fucking not. It's just so dumb. It's terrible. The entrances are shit. Orange Cassidy, his entrance is him just walking around doing this all fucking day.
So JP, the thing,
fucking hate, man. I just fucking hate. I really want them to succeed because competition is good. And if everybody thinks, and this is number 2, WWE is clearly, far and away. And if you've been watching or paying attention, oh my God, that WWE is on fucking fire right now.
They're always going to be
on fire.
Well, not on fire, but they're that's AEW. So, meaning like the ring is literally on fire. Okay, so hold on, let me pull this up. Here's the thing. So WWE is always going to be number 1. We've talked about this nauseum to death, and there's no way, no matter what AEW does, they're never going to catch up with WWE. It's not going to be a thing. But they are clearly the number 2 promotion in more ways than one. But the thing is, and I'm just putting this out there as far as just to keep this in the frame of mind, this is also the same company that when a documentary came out about the ultra-violent wrestler Nick Gage, Nick Gage,
yep,
where it showcased how much of a crazed individual he is and dangerous individual that he is.
He's robbing a fucking bank.
They booked him. They booked him in a death match on national television with Chris Jericho,
and he used the fucking pizza cutter
during a Pizza Hut commercial.
During a Domino's commercial.
That was fucking funny, and that was obviously it was pure coincidence, but still fucking hilarious. Anyway, point is, you see this documentary come out about him, about this dangerous person, and you're like, oh, let's book him. I don't understand the logic behind that. I get why Tony's trying to broad appeal to as many wrestling fans as possible, but I will tell you that ultraviolet wrestling on this grand of a stage in AEW, like this type of stuff, is not gonna fly long term. Once in a while, sure, but like it's dangerous. It's dangerous beyond the obvious. And I'll tell you,
and I liken it to. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
So I liken it to if you watch WCW or NWA when they did Starrcade, they had matches at a pay-per-view. Now this was at a pay-per-view. And I can understand them having a Texas death match. It made sense, but the way that they went about the match was terrible. Like, Swerve got a few things in, but that was it. It was all about fucking Adam Page defending his fucking family because he broke into his fucking house and threw a fucking shirt at his 2-year-old son. It was so stupid. That's literally the storyline that they're going with this. That's what they're doing. And it's essentially he destroyed Swerve in the middle of the fucking ring, who I think is probably one of the best workers that they fucking have in that fucking company. But they fucking made him look like a goddamn idiot. I do not understand why when NWA would have a blood match, there was a reason for it. This one had a reason for it, but they took it like Ric Flair would never lay under somebody and open his mouth so that the guy could bleed his forehead into his mouth.
Remember, I can't remember if it was Basement or Heather or both of you saying the phrase one-upsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ta-da.
Yeah, it was Basement.
That's what I'm saying. This is what they do. They always have to go the extra mile, and eventually there's not going to be any road left, man.
Well, the other problem is that's where they start. They don't build up to that. No, they start there.
Them two haven't had a match. Well, they had a match. They've had one match.
But
this
still,
is
from that to this is like I watched bits and pieces of it, and I'm not gonna lie and say that there wasn't stuff where like holy shit, it wasn't entertained by it in terms of like that kind of reaction, but it just in general like
I did a holy shit moment, but I didn't pop out of my fucking chair like this is the greatest fucking thing ever.
No. I know it's a car crash. It's a car crash in the same sense of like Taker, Mankind, Hell in the Cell kind of car crash. Like, but
Yeah.
But I mean, just the deathmatch stuff. I really don't think Tony needs to do this kind of crap, or at least not to this extent. When I was fun side story here. When I ran my wrestling promotion in 08 to 09, one of my close friends at the time, he was really big into deathmatch wrestling. He was one of my wrestlers. He was a talent he was on the roster, and he was pushing for me very hard to do ultraviolet deathmatch wrestling. And I fought him every fucking show, and I said no for numerous reasons. Now, granted, indie versus AEW is one thing completely, but like even I knew like the ramifications of like this shit can go south so quick for so many different reasons.
And, it has happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I knew back then when I definitely didn't know any better. Not that I still do, but it's just no. Arzol just said Tony Khan needs to just go away, fund AEW, let someone who knows what the fuck they are doing run it, and get rid of Omega and the Bucks as EVPs. It's actually funny you say that, Arzol. The Bucks are no longer listed as EVPs.
I think that happened shortly after the first incident with CM Punk.
I was gonna say I know that the news of that at the very least came up recently, but I'm pretty sure the Bucks are no longer EVPs, and as JP was saying, they're taking time off, which good on them. I mean they've done enough crazy stuff going on right now. The tag team division's strong over there, so it takes some time away. But yeah, man, it's just fucking nuts.
Frankly, this is the problem with having EVPs also being wrestlers that are still wrestling.
Yep.
Because you end up with they say they don't book themselves, but they end up booking them fucking selves to be the winners every fucking time.
Anybody that says they're not booking themselves is a fucking idiot. They're booking themselves.
Well, it's just I don't know if you heard me. The Bucks are no longer listed as EVPs.
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
And that's fine. They shouldn't be.
Agreed.
They never should have been, ever.
So
if they're thinking of wrestling within their own company.
So I think that means that the only people left are Kenny Omega and Paige, right?
Paige isn't a fucking EVP.
Paige was never an EVP.
Was Jericho? No, he wasn't, right?
No.
It was it was Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, and the Young Bucks were the EVPs.
So that's just Kenny Omega?
Yep. Yeah. But I don't even think he is. He's a booker. He books the women's matches, which are terrible.
Yeah, he's also training the women.
He trains the Japanese women how to wrestle.
Oh boy.
Which
So that women's title match was terrible. Sheeta has fallen so far off the hilt, I don't even care anymore. Toni Storm, they've got her in a Marilyn Monroe type gimmick.
Silent movie actress.
A silent movie actress, and she won the fucking title, and she's like, it's just so fucking cringy, stupid. Like she's laying there crying. Like looking like a silent movie actor would, crying. It's so fucking bad. Like what the fuck? And yet everybody's like, oh, this is the greatest women's division in all of fucking wrestling. What the fuck are you watching? NXT women's division is better than AEW's women's division. Like hands down. And everybody crying. And another thing that I fucking find to be fucking laughable is Collision was on fucking Friday night. And everybody's like, well, they weren't in their original time slot. Fucking WWE a couple of weeks ago, because of the World Series, was on a different channel, and they still drew 1.5 million fucking people. So what does that fucking tell you? They drew 250,000 fucking viewers on TNT Friday night. That tells, you know what that tells me? All of the viewers that they get on Collision are watching WWE and not Collision if it's on the same night. AEW is in the shitter. They just don't fucking know it yet.
Yep.
Because again, remember what Vince said. Ted Turner called him and he said, I'm in the wrestling business. And Vince said it. Vince told him, well, good for you. I'm in the sports entertainment business. Good fucking luck. Now, he brought Eric Bischoff in, and Eric Bischoff made it sports entertainment, but Eric Bischoff wore himself too fucking thin. And he said this.
He became too much of a character himself.
Yes,
well,
which
there's a shit.
He did.
I'm not denying that, but there's a
right.
There's a bunch of things that happened with that, and
he said this. He even said this himself. He wore himself too thin, and he should have kept his eye on the fucking prize, and he didn't. And that's because he got so involved in beating Vince McMahon in the ratings on TV and not the pay-per-views.
Well, that and the
fucking WWE. That's where WWE made all of their fucking money, is on the pay-per-views.
Well, yeah, of course, but on top of that, also the structure of Turner Broadcasting fucking changed drastically.
Yeah, AOL bringing in the standards and practices.
That and even Eric said, he's like, he goes, I would challenge everything because I always thought I would have Ted to fall back on, and it wasn't the case. Anyway, that's another story for another time.
Right. I just want to say one other thing, and with WWE, I'm up to that point of watching the Attitude Era right after Tony Schiavone came on TV and said, Mankind, blech, that'll draw in viewers. I'm like right after WrestleMania with The Rock and Stone Cold. So that's where I'm at with
the rewatch.
So right now, I'm at the point where WWE is kicking the shit out of WCW Weekly.
Funny you say that. I am working on a small little side tidbit project of reviewing the Ruthless Aggression era.
I was thinking about doing the same. Get out of my fucking head!
So, things have already been set up. I'm working on notes for the first episode, and it's going to be coming out sometime around Mania. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll tell more when we get closer. But yeah, stuff's already in the works.
Nice.
So
I love talking wrestling, and I know I got very passionate. I've been watching this since I've been watching it since I was 8 years old. So when I see things, and yes, I know I was watching when Hogan was huge, but at least they told a fucking story with Hogan, and there was the reason behind why he was, why Hogan must pose at the end. You know, he didn't always win, but he would win at WrestleMania because that's where they went with the fucking story, because that's what everybody wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is why WWE, when they had Roman beat Cody, I'm like, oh no, this is a Vince move, because, and this is why I think Vince stepped away, is they're like, we need Triple H to run the show. We appreciate everything you've done, but we need Triple H to have full creativity. He's doing really good right now, and everything that they have done, and Friday night show was fan-fucking-tastic. It's probably some of the, whoever's writing SmackDown right now is doing a really good job.
Well, it's Triple H, but, well, I should say Triple H is overseeing it. No, he's overseeing it.
He's the creative. I think Triple H has a different philosophy. He tells them where he wants them to go with who he wants. So the way Vince would do it is, and this is why Triple H is long-term booking, he's going to the next WrestleMania. So he is building to the next WrestleMania already, because it's like right around the fucking corner. It's only 5 months away, right?
Something like that, yeah.
So he's building to that next fucking WrestleMania. He's making these other pay-per-views look big. Like Survivor Series looks really good.
It's funny you say that, because I was actually going to say, like, do we want to, because man, you talk about like a Thanksgiving classic. Survivor Series hasn't been this close to Thanksgiving in a while. It's literally going to be the Saturday after.
It was on Thanksgiving. The very first one, I think, was on Thanksgiving Day.
In
fact, Arcade was on Thanksgiving Day.
It was, but I'm saying is it hasn't been this close to it in so long. Usually it's like the weekend after or whatever the hell, whatever have you.
Right. The one problem that I have This is why WCW did it right, and they had an opportunity to do it right. They moved Starrcade to December, and that was their big blow-off pay-per-view.
Yep.
But they just made every other pay-per-view bigger than Starrcade, which kind of sucked. Like Bash at the Beach, like Starrcade. If they could have done something with Starrcade, Hogan turning on fucking WCW, that Starrcade, been bigger than the WrestleMania. That would have been bigger than WrestleMania. Because it's a moment. That's all I'm saying. WWE is just on another level right now. Man.
Tangents for another day. But are we interested in watching Survivor Series when it's out next week?
I'm down with it.
We're down.
I'm down to do it, but I have to watch it on like a rewatch, like we normally do.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I'll be working.
Well, it's this weekend, right?
So it's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
So we can take a break from Rogue One. It's fine. It's fine. It's going to be a busy week around here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to. And Saturday is really going to be the only time I'm going to be able to relax.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that's Sunday.
Sunday I have to go over to my aunt's. So we can do a watch along on Saturday. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much all the stuff I got on my plate, unless there's anything else you guys wanted to throw out there, or me throw out some Thanksgiving trivia.
I mean, the only thing that I want to say, and again, people start needing to treat people better. Stop with the fucking hate. And you know what I'm talking about. Did you know that anti-Semitism is up 388% in the United States? That is sad. It's
fucked.
Worse than it was. It's worse than it was.
Probably should change the GIF if we're going to talk about that.
I just wanted to point that out. Start being nice to people. Like we were talking the other night, me and Heather, I don't walk, like if I see somebody of a different ethnicity or whatever, unless it's but I do not, and I do my very best with them to not
behave differently,
but it's really hard for me because the motherfuckers, they tell people things.
JP, I hold on,
Yeah.
just before you keep going, and I said I am not fucking around with you. I'm not fucking with you. I'm not trying to just be cautious with your words on these subjects. But continue.
Well, that's why I clarified. He's talking about midgets.
I know.
I fucked up. I think you've all heard the story. I fucked up, and it's my fault, and I feel bad for it, for what I did and said. I was drunk. I was fucked up, and I said, "Ooh, you grew," and that was the end. And ever since then, me and little people don't get along. But just be nice to people. I don't look at anybody any differently than anybody else. Now, I can understand in the bigger cities. I get it. But I still don't. I say hi to everybody. Everybody. I don't care who you are.
Society, unfortunately, has
Changed quite a bit.
it's gone downhill. I'll be the first one to admit it's gone downhill. And this might sound like old man, yelling at clouds talk, but it is. There are still good people out there, and there are still people who do the right thing and whatnot. But unfortunately, I fear it is more far and few between than it should be.
If AEW comes up for sale for $2, I will buy AEW. I will fire everybody and just fold the show.
And then fire myself.
I'll make myself
I'll
champion.
library to WWE. That's what I'll do. Because they'll take out, like they did with Smoky Mountain Wrestling, where there's only 2 episodes. They say 2 seasons, but there's only 2 fucking episodes. So fucking great. They stripped that motherfucker down because of the Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty shit.
Rocky Mountain High. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. I know everyone's like half dead because of being sick or just tired, all that fun jazz. So unless there's anything else, we want to I guess we're good to just wrap up for tonight.
I don't have anything
If
else.
you want to do a couple more of the trivia questions just to extend the show just that little tiny bit.
I'm good.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna cash out. I love you guys. I'll talk to you Wednesday. Are we doing what I suggested on Wednesday?
What did you suggest on Wednesday?
Oh my god. Horny Goat Wrestling.
Oh yeah, let me look up some fucking arenas and I'll have some fucking fun with it because there's some new ones that came out. I'm like, oh, this is stupid. I might have to I might have to re-download some characters, but you know what? Fuck it. We'll do HD dub, and it's just gonna be balls to the wall, no planning whatsoever. We're gonna book shit on the fly.
That's what
That
I'm doing.
works.
All right,
Y'all
bitchin'.
have a good night.
Royal
Be safe,
Rumble.
be well, and be nice to others, please. Good night, fuckers.
I couldn't help myself on that last one. All right, I'll do a couple quick questions here. Let's see. Oh, Aru asked, "Hey JP, if you buy AEW, can you make Connor and Basement bookers / EVPs?"
Yes,
All right.
Do it.
because you won't wrestle. I'll make all
Well,
the
we'll
signs.
see. about
I was gonna say I get left out in lurch. Thanks, Aru. I see how it is.
A man can dream. Give me that tag team division. I'll fucking have some fun with it. Let's see here. A couple other quick Thanksgiving trivia. Which U.S. president was the first to officially pardon a turkey?
Lincoln.
Oh,
Wait, which one?
she said Lincoln.
No, it's actually a
Pardon
lot sooner.
turkey.
It's actually a lot sooner than that. Like a lot more recent. I thought that,
going
truth be
with-
told, I thought the same thing. I thought it was like Lincoln or like somewhere in that genre, but no, it's actually a lot more like within our generation.
Oh God, is it
It's not Clinton.
Barack-
Is it?
Barack the Hawk Obama?
No, not Clinton or Obama, but I think Heather's closer.
Bush?
Yep, 89
Oh, okay.
Bush.
Bush Senior then. Okay.
Yep.
Was it like just some sort of like publicity stunt? I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
oh yeah, to a fine Tom turkey. Why the fuck I have to call it out Tom? Which U.S. founding father famously referred to turkeys as a bird of courage? That's fucking funny.
God.
Founding father, not president.
Correct.
I want to say John Adams.
The only one I remember.
Nope, that would be good old Ben Franklin.
Oh, okay, yeah, he would have been my second guess.
Big Ben.
What do Americans report being most thankful for? Not being Canadian. I couldn't.
That was number one.
Having a home.
Family, I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Family.
Family, health, and life. Which that's
You gotta be Fast and Furious, man.
those are fucking three. Those are three really broad fucking
Corona
answers.
Grandma.
Man, is it bad that I kind of want to do a Fast and the Furious round table
I'm telling you, man. It's gold.
There's
Not
at least 10 movies that we could go through.
for now?
Family.
Let's see here. Which two NFL teams have played a game on Thanksgiving Day since 1966?
Green Bay Packers and the Lions.
You're half right. Lions is one of them, but not Packers.
New England.
Nope.
I don't know.
Bears.
Nope. One final guess. So there's two teams. Detroit Lions was one of them.
I don't know. I really don't.
Heather's thinking.
It's not the Dolphins.
Nope. I won't count that as your third guess.
Broncos?
No, the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Let's see here. How long can a turkey be stored in a freezer?
Forever.
Unopened, for the record. Unopened whole turkey.
I think
8
it's like a
months.
year and a half or something like that.
Basement.
I said 8 months.
Heather's closer. You can do up to 2
Maybe
years.
9 months.
2
Full
years.
pregnancy.
2 years.
Full pregnancy.
Go pregnancy. How many passengers were on the Mayflower? Not all at once now.
102. I mean,
God damn. Fucking nailed it.
seriously?
Yeah, 102.
Oh my god.
On the money. Holy shit. All right. Let's do a couple more. Nope, that one. There's no way anyone's gonna get that fucking question. Let's see. Where did where did the Pilgrims first land when arriving on America's shore? It's not Plymouth.
Oh my god.
The answer's fucking funnier, and I'll explain why when we get there.
The beach.
You fuck.
Is that what it is?
No, but
Is that really-
it's a great answer.
That's a funnier answer. No, if I remember right, it was
Land.
more like Jersey or something like that.
So the answer is Provincetown, Massachusetts, which is really fucking funny because that is probably the most flamboyantly LGBTQ plus town in the entire state.
Province.
That's what Oh my god, these waters are sparkling. Oh man.
Give me your land.
It's oh, oh look, a cobbler.
Nice.
Does it hum too?
Oh, Tom the gobbler. Tom, get up.
That's how he sounds too. It's like we didn't want to take him on the boat, but we felt bad.
Why is that turkey purposely bending over? Oh,
gosh.
son of a bitch. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like if you fucking made, like, if you drew, like, a gay turkey, like a cartoon, like the fucking 90s. It's like, I think that turkey's a little fruity. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Cranberries. How many cranberries are in a pound?
The pounds worth.
Fuck off.
I think
I
in
don't know.
total it's in the 60s.
You think it's in
Wouldn't it depend on like the yield you got?
Okay,
Cranberry?
okay, average. So an average cranberry, how many do you think are in a pound, given the size?
Pound. Let's say 48.
Okay, do you know how big a cranberry is?
Let's say 120.
Yeah, Heather's correct. So cranberry is about that size. So it's
I got
definitely
bigger cranberries than that.
you're like it's like 46. Cranberries are
Are
pretty
we
small.
talking Canadian cranberries or?
Holy fucking shit! Oh my god.
It's gonna be something like 130 or something like that.
Keep
'cause they
going.
get smashed down.
Keep going.
160.
Keep going.
700.
No, down.
200.
More.
350.
More.
400.
A little more.
450. Final answer.
440.
Oh, that's pretty close.
How long did the first Thanksgiving feast last?
3 days, I think it was.
Until everyone finished.
Fucking, God damn it. Fucking basement coming out like just cranking out these fucking gems. Heather is correct. 3 days is the answer.
Damn.
She knows her shit. Unlike this Canadian fuck. Which, now that I think about it, how the fuck would he know any of these answers?
American Thanksgiving, yeah, exactly.
I researched it in school.
I saw from all the binoculars. Let's see. Do a few more here. Nope. Which U.S. metro areas experience the worst pre-Thanksgiving congestion of traffic? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas.
L.A.
That's 1.
New York.
New York,
That's 2.
Boston.
Massachusetts,
Nope. Which, honestly, I'm fucking shocked because Massachusetts is a goddamn
Florida.
hell. Nope.
Texas,
I'll give it to you. It's any particular. There's a specific area in Texas.
I'm gonna say San Antonio.
No, Houston.
I'm close.
Houston.
They're
Close.
too. They're
So
close to each other.
those are 3. There's 2 more.
Vegas.
No, but good guess. I wouldn't have even thought of Vegas. That's a good guess, though.
Everybody goes there to get away from their family.
Which would explain all the congestion.
One of them makes sense because it's a big city. They're both big cities, but like one of them I kind of get. The other one is a little surprising, to be honest. To me, anyway.
Phoenix.
Nope. Is that your final answer, Beastman? Where are those gems now? Hello, 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 hello.
That's all that's in my brain right now. Hey.
Washington.
Nope.
DC.
Nope. They're major U.S. cities.
San Francisco.
Nope. Because of L.A.
LA.
So you have L.A., New York, Houston.
Just start name Detroit.
Ooh, you're close.
Chicago.
There we go. Chicago's another one, and then there's so the last one. I'll just say surprised me. I'll just say it for the sake of time. Atlanta. Did not think Atlanta.
No, actually, that kind of makes sense because
I did not think Atlanta would be that fucking crazy. Yeah, it's just me. Let's see here. True or false? Thanksgiving is the busiest travel time of the year.
I'm going to say true because people come for Thanksgiving and then stay for Christmas.
You've got a point there. But travel.
Yes. So I'll say.
I'm going to say false.
It is false. The week between Christmas and New Year's is the busiest time for travel. Up to 90 to 100 million Americans travel during that time, which honestly,
I'm looking at like airfare more than anything, and people go like, for a day
true.
somewhere.
I honestly, if I not known the answer, I would have sided with Heather on that one because I would think Thanksgiving because it's shorter, whereas Christmas and New Year's there's more time in between. Well, maybe that's actually the exact reason why.
New Year's, a lot of people go for the night and come back the next day.
Yeah, exactly. They stay close to home.
Well, no, there's more vacation time in between. There's more like holiday break time in between. Like there's a longer gap between.
That's true too.
You know what I mean? Like so, I guess you can make that argument either way. Let's see here. Okay, this is like a fun one. Top 10 most popular Thanksgiving foods. So get the big one, get the easy ones out of the way. So Jesus Christ.
Turkey, green bean casserole.
Green bean. So turkey's on there. Okay, hold on. Jesus Christ. Turkey's on there. No green bean casserole. Stuffing, yes.
Potatoes.
Yams.
Mashed potatoes, yes. Yams, yes. Wait, hold on.
Did we say some sort of casserole thing?
She said green bean casserole. Hold on 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Squash.
10. Okay.
A lot of people have squash.
No, squash is not on there. By the way, I'm just gonna reveal one of them because I don't think this is technically a side. It goes with a side. They put gravy on there. I'm like, that doesn't count as one. So it's turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, gravy, sweet potatoes. That's 5. We got 5 left.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is on there. Yep.
Apple pie.
That is also on there. Yep.
Any other pies on there?
Nope.
Okay.
Come on, think of
carrots.
Nope.
Damn.
Cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce is on there. Yep. There's 2 left. One's obvious. One I don't think is very obvious, to be honest. Shocker of all shocks.
We did say ham, didn't we?
You said ham like right off the bat. Aru says, Heather, you'll be vice president of JP's AEW. Well, that's if she wants it. She can fucking run her own shit. You know what I mean? Fucking feminist apparel.
Rice. Yes, rice. Remember they said rice is in the stuffing.
Fuck off. No, yeah, fuck the rice. No, it's so weird.
I know.
It is. Peas?
No.
Green beans?
Nope. I know. It's like the easy ones are easy, and it's these last 2 where it's like, fuck. One of them you'll be like, fuck! But the other one I feel like is not as obvious. Yeah, it's just me.
What?
You know, soup isn't on there.
Nope.
Hell do you have with fucking...
Corn on
It's
the
gonna be
cob?
something...
Oh, Heather, I'll give you that one. Corn is one of them. Not corn on the cob, but corn. Which I would never associate corn with Thanksgiving dinner.
No, me neither.
So that's why I'm like,
Well,
that one's not.
You have to remember, the first Thanksgiving was about a bountiful harvest, which was a lot of maize, which is corn.
Well, how they navigate.
Oh, remember the fucking Fruit of the Loom?
Cornucopias?
Yeah.
Wait,
Just think of what's in there. Grapes.
no.
Decoration pieces, not
Hold on. Jesus Christ. The last one is, I think, a very obvious one, but I'll let you guys keep guessing on this one. So just to recap: turkey, potatoes, stuffing, gravy, which I don't think should count as a fucking side, pumpkin pie, sweet potato, apple pie, cranberry sauce, and corn. And the last one, think about what's on there. What else is? Trying to think of a way to hint this one without going too crazy with it. Because as soon as I say,
sort of like gourd.
nope. I can't hint it because if I hint it, I'm pretty sure you guys will get it pretty quick.
You said yams, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yep.
did.
Sweet potato yams, yep.
Okay.
Only thing that's coming to my mind is cream spinach, and I know that's not it.
Nope.
I have nothing.
If this helps, I think that in some cases, maybe you guys wouldn't consider this necessarily a side.
Is it like some sort of dessert?
No, but not quite a side. It would be more like... Fuck, I can't...
Spice?
No, like I'm trying to think of... I can't say it out loud because if I give any more of a hint, you'd be like, oh, well, fucking...
Is it like some sort of bread?
Yeah, yep, there you go. Rolls.
Oh, yeah, dinner rolls.
Yeah, because I'm like, I can't, there's no way for me to give a hint without fucking...
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
Whatever, we got there.
All right, let's see here. Last one. Top 3 most disliked Thanksgiving foods.
Green bean casserole.
That's one of them, yep.
I don't like the cranberry sauce or any of that.
Fucking,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
2.
either.
So number 1 is cranberry sauce. Number 3 is green bean casserole. Number 2 is fucking hilarious.
Is it the gravy?
Nope.
Mashed potatoes?
Nope.
It's got to be. It's not one of the top 10s that we said, or
Yes, it is.
okay.
So 3 most disliked Thanksgiving foods. Number 1 is cranberry sauce. Number 3 is green bean
Yams.
casserole. Nope. Number 2, I'm like, just fuck it.
Turkey.
Pumpkin
Yes,
Is it
it's
turkey?
turkey. It's
pie? Oh, the
turkey.
turkey.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding
Well,
me?
it makes sense because my best friend, her mom would have to sit there and cook her a chicken with the turkey because she wouldn't eat the turkey. She would eat the chicken though.
Oh, well, turkey is drier than chicken,
It is.
but
It's super dry, but you know what? Cold the next day on a sandwich, that shit is so good.
Oh, man,
It's just like the right meat for all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's great mixed. By
Mhm.
itself, turkey is kind of tricky. So
But so
I love how Rue's like number 2. Number 2 most disliked food is Chicago.
Chicago. You ain't wrong.
It's fucking great.
he's,
Only thing
he's
that ever came
behind.
out of Chicago was deep dish pizza. That's it.
That's a pie. It's not a fucking pizza. Anywho.
Punk.
Look in my eyes. All right. That's gonna
I'm
do
a
it.
piece of shit.
That's gonna wrap it up for us as we prepare ourselves for Thanksgiving, as you just heard. I want to thank everybody for joining us, and thank everybody joining us live in the Chizat. Oh God. So thank you. Wednesday, we're going to be doing some random HD dub stuff. And then, of course, our Turkey Day here in the States is Thursday. Friday, we'll be back with HGGM mode as we are on the path road to Starcade. And then we'll be back with the weekend with probably some Survivor Series coverage of some games. We have War Games. And then right back here with No Bucks Given. So thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun jibber jabber. Nope, that is the wrong fucking screen there. And we'll see you guys really soon. Until then, peace out, y'all.
That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Bye.
Kenobi!